out. So yeah, the only thing we're really waiting on now, guys, is obviously for all the stuff we've set up to start being built. I do see this now that we're gonna have to build a little bridge right here. To get that all started. We're still losing quite a bit of people, so obviously we haven't been exactly getting more kids being born than adults passing away, so you know, it'll happen. I'm assuming eventually, once you reach a certain number population-wise, the population kind of self-regulates, having a bunch of older people that slowly die throughout the years instead of, you know, having a really big incline and then you have this massive decline. Which, if we run over here to our town hall, obviously we haven't had this forever, but since we've got it, you can see that we've had massive. We kind of had like a trend going on where it was kind of going good. We had a little bit of a problem, then we you know, we kind of started climbing, and we had that first real big tornado that shot us down, but we were already on a decrease. And then, you know, we got back and we just keep having little blips, and then we really shot up with those 2 or 3 nomad groups that we accepted into our colony, and then we kind of like climaxed at like 411 in population, and then it started to fall, and we've still kept falling, and we haven't really had any kind of like even out and leveling out of the population compared to deaths. So you know, right now we're just kind of still fighting that. And like I said, as long as we really don't get below 200, we shouldn't have a drastic problem with anything. Obviously, you know, we have to keep certain people in certain fields to keep up with stuff. But, you know, even like what I just did with the blacksmiths, we don't necessarily need blacksmiths, but having them is nice just to keep up with everything. Go ahead and bump that back up, and throw the last 4 into farming. So, you know, we did lose quite a bit. Obviously, I could pause the other schoolhouse and focus on the population again, but unless we really can't maintain the population, I'm not going to do that. And we just got some nomads too, so I am going to allow them into the civilization, because obviously we're a little hurt right now. So getting a bunch of nomads is going to really help our chances of keeping a population count at something decent. So, and then obviously they don't have homes, so they'll all pretty much be going into our boarding home, which I'm not sure what the official count is for that, but I do know that it only can hold so many people, and all these people are kind of traveling around to get to their new homes, and that's fine. We kind of figured that with getting any new group of people, you have to kind of be prepared for an outbreak of something. Obviously, we don't have too much issues with that because we do have 3 hospitals scattered around. So we'll go ahead and go back to some graphs real quick. Go 100 years. So, and this is the overall chart too. You can kind of see what all has been going on. Alright, so we are seeing the incline of the population here. Obviously, we will always have some sort of incline and fall. And we're down to one person with the outbreak, and he's in the hospital, so we shouldn't have anybody else catch it, and then that should be able to take care of itself. So alright. Now, and the other good thing too is our limits are still being hit with all of our resources. I do want to bump the logs up to 4,000 just to start keeping up with that. And alcohol will obviously keep an eye on it. Alright. We'll also go ahead and do these 2 orchard fields that I talked about building right after we got these done. Alright, so we'll go ahead and let these orchards get built. Alright. Oh, we had the healthy to 5. All right. All right. Go ahead and do 2 apple tree orchards, just because I'm interested. Alright. So obviously, we're doing a really good job at getting everything started and continued. Alright guys, so this is going to be the last episode that we filmed tonight. This will pretty much bring us to Friday. I'll touch on that right before we end. Again, for anybody, if this is an episode you're seeing before seeing the original episode that I recorded for the series, so I am going to be interested to see how long it takes for certain things to be built. Obviously, the pasture is probably one of the most important things, and then along with seeing how long it takes us to get everything down here built, and seeing whether or not people can path their way down here or not. I'm not entirely sure if that's possible or not, but we'll see if it is. Pretty much seeing if any of this is usable is what I'm doing right now, without having to build a giant bridge, which I don't even know if that would actually work. Oh, it would. Wow, okay. It would just be a ridiculous amount of wood, which we might end up doing. It's definitely, I'm not saying we won't do it, so right. All right. This. All right. So obviously now we are at 60 kids. So the population has jumped back up from its dive that we've had. So this is definitely going to be a big valley. But all right. All right. It does, well, it does kind of look like, oh no, they've pathed down here. I'm not sure where they pathed from, but we'll go ahead and see what ends up happening right there. Alright. I'm gonna kind of cap this off here. And we'll kind of start building out that area a little bit. I am gonna take advantage of how everything's set up and use the forest lodge there along with one over here to feed this area. know we just added some more stuff for everybody to do, but you know, it is what it is. We'll let them just go ahead and keep working, and once everything gets built, we'll see where we're at and go from there. Obviously, we'll have to wait. Well, we did just get into winter, so all of our farmers will be finishing up gathering the harvest from this year, and then we'll obviously be running around and getting all the rest of the little stuff taken care of. And I do believe at this point in time, both of our cemeteries are kind of packed. I don't really want to add too many. And then obviously we'll have to do another chapel here at some point in time. Alright, and we still have a bunch of different items that are still being taken out and mined pretty much. So obviously we'll have to just kind of wait for the rest of that stuff to be mined. I'm not sure how much has been getting done, or if any of it has really been getting done, to be honest with you. But we'll just have to see what happens. We do still have 36 well, not 36 buildings. We still have people doing jobs needing 36 builders, so obviously it's not the best thing right now. Oh, we paused. Alright. Well guys, we're almost to that point in the video, so I'll just go ahead and not start the wrap-up process, but pretty much explain what I hinted on and started to say previously. We are going to be slowing the series down as we're getting close to pretty much the end of this round. Obviously we still have a little bit of good land still to be able to build around and, you know, continue expanding and finish out the map. So in no means am I saying that the series is done, and we'll still have regular videos, but we're just kind of we're turning gears for a little bit now, and this will no longer be the main series on the channel. This will be the series that gets uploaded every other day instead of every day, starting this Saturday. That will go into effect. So for those of you who do like the series, it's not going anywhere, and you don't have to worry. You'll still have videos, and at some point in time it will be coming back as the main upload, or maybe we'll just keep it as the everyday and keep it regular throughout the entire year. Depending upon how everything goes, we might play some other games that are like this, and then kind of cycle back and forth between them and Banished, and then, you know, just kind of play out an entire game so you guys can see really how long it takes, plus what you can do. And you know, it's pretty much a contest for myself to build a bigger and more and better thriving civilization each and every time. So that's kind of for me where I'm going with it. And then obviously for the series, I'll touch back on this again too. The series for Banished will, and other games like Banished, will continue up until excuse me, up until we hit a point where we can no longer build anymore. We have used all of the usable land, and we can't really do anything else besides allow the game to play out, and then kind of like tweak different areas to add a little bit more stuff. Obviously, at a certain point, you fill it out all the way, and you no longer can do anything besides just let the game run. And I don't think that's good content for people to watch. I don't think that would be enjoyable. Obviously, if I'm wrong, leave a comment, and when we get to that point in time, we'll see what's happening. But yeah, so that's the big news for the channel. This will no longer be the every day at 7 o'clock in the morning video after Friday. And then the next video you guys will have of Banished will be Sunday morning. And then there'll be some videos coming out Saturday of other different games that I'll be recording. More than likely a Black Desert episode or 2 coming out on Saturday. More than likely 1 Black Desert episode, followed by the new series that will be the everyday later on Saturday, which pretty much is just gonna be whenever I get done recording. I'll put out the first episode, and then we'll just go from there. And other than that, guys, I hope you all have liked and enjoyed the series so far. Like I said, it's not going anywhere. It'll still be getting posted, and we'll still be adding and doing more adventures with Banished, and seeing how far we can take the civilization and how much stuff we can cram onto this map. And the next time we'll be doing a flat land and seeing how much easier stuff is, and kind of comparing the two, giving people an idea of what you can expect from each one. And then who knows, we might end up doing one where we turn different things all the way down or all the way up, and just see what happens. And yeah, with that being said, guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell if you want to be notified of all the latest videos that come out. But if you are subscribed to the channel, it's every day at 7 o'clock and every other day at 8 o'clock normally. And every other days are kind of a hit or miss, or they've been a hit or miss depending upon how much stuff I've been able to record. It's been the holidays, so I haven't been able to do everything. But Banished will be the every other day. So at least for the time being, you guys will have 2 ongoing series, along with a couple random episodes tossed in here and there of other different things. So. Alright, so with that being said, guys, I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.